So this is Lake Jellicoe. It's a stunningly beautiful lake, a very big lake, and it sits next to the Lachlan River. It has a town of the same name. We're parked in a little free park just next to it. You can see there, just metres from the water's edge. We've been here before, about 11 years ago. We stopped here just on spec, really. Found it really nice. It is filled, as I said, from Lachlan River, but there are now some weirs and locks and things like that to help fill it up if needs be. But it's suitable for things like water skiing and swimming. And in fact, while I was filming this, there was a bloke over the other side who was, one of those parachute things they tow behind a boat. So I had to be careful with my drone that I didn't go over there and smack him in the head with it. The caravan park is the caravan rest area, really. It's not a caravan park as such. It's called Frog Hollow. It has room for about 20 or 30 vans. It's a nice little stop on the way to other places, and it's a nice little town. We managed to find the bakery, of course, and the supermarket. And it's all the vans lined up there against the edge of the river, against the edge of the lake. And beyond there and towards the setting sun in the west is the town. Get a better view of it in a minute. And there's some cliffs there which actually the indigenous people used for mining ochre, which they would then trade and use in their ceremonies along that cliff edge there, which is quite interesting. The whole lake system's pretty nice. As I say, it's a nice little town. I don't know, 1,500 people or something like that, I suppose. There you go. Bigger than it first looks. These are the wetlands in West Wyalong. We're in the Riverina area of New South Wales, and yeah, these are really nice. There's seats and stuff here. Quite a big wetlands. A lot of bird life, as you can hear probably in the background. Pelicans and ibis down there on the water. And yes, they've done it very well. There's little plaques all over the place telling you what the trees and the plants are, like this one here.
This one talks about the bulrushes and what they were called in Aboriginal language and what they were used for. Scientific name and then the local Aboriginal name for them. And those are all around the place. Some more paths you can take in the walkway, and it's very pretty. This is West Wyalong. We came here specifically because I know somebody here, and we caught up with him last night, had a feed in the White Tank Hotel, and that's why we're here. And also a couple of days of stormy weather, so we thought we'd just sit somewhere and see that out instead of driving through it. And you can see it's a bit cloudy. We had about 20 mil of rain last night, and looks like it's blown away now, although it's supposed to rain today. Anyway, that's where we are, West Wyalong wetlands.
While we were in West Wyalong, we took a day trip out to Weethally and Ungary. And in Weethally we found these painted silos. They're pretty good. I mean, geez, the artwork to draw on something that big and to make it look that realistic is just sensational. And there are a lot of these around Australia, including WA. And we were really impressed with this. So, you know, Weethally's only a handful of people. It's got a wheat bin and not much else. Oh, a pub, of course. I don't know, there's probably not more than 50 people live in Weethally, and they've done this, raised the funds and made this silo a focal point, and so people drive for miles when they're doing silo tours to come and have a look and probably spend a few dollars in downtown Weethally. And he's used that little veranda there to look like a pen, and he's put some sheep in there like it's a pen inside a shearing shed. And that railing at the front is actually a railing on the silo to get up into the silo. So it was pretty clever, I thought. But then the next thing we did after this was to go to Ungary, where the Danaher brothers came from. For those of you who don't know, Danaher is a fairly famous name in AFL football, and that's coming up very shortly.
In Ungary, in the Riverina. This is a mural, obviously about the Anzacs. Ungary is famous for breeding 4 Danaher brothers who all played for Essendon, and 2 of them captained Essendon back in the 80s. So there was a Danaher at the helm of Essendon, 1982 to 1988. And there is a monument to them, which you will see. On the other side of the park is this continuation of these murals. This one is obviously to nurses and hospitals. And around here Very well executed. Nice artwork. Obviously, well, not obviously, but probably to do with Vietnam. All forces represented. All features of theatres of war, and what we've done and where we've been. When you've got a child in the armed forces, you do tend to appreciate these sort of things a little bit more. They just mean a bit more to you in those circumstances.
Just wanted to show you this, quite interesting for strangers in town. This is Condobolin, and they have a reverse-in 45-degree parking on all the streets around the centre of town. It's pretty interesting when somebody stops in front of you and then reverse parks in, but everybody just takes it in their stride. I suppose they're used to it, and doesn't worry them. It's a bit strange at first, and it's not the only town that does it. I've noticed in Katoomba, a couple other little places around, they do the same thing. It's just a bit different than what we have in WA.